Being a mom is the scariest thing I've ever done. The time my oldest son ran away from home hits the top of the list. As terrifying as that night was, it pales in comparison to the day my youngest son faced death. It was a blisteringly hot day in the Las Vegas summer. My then 2-year-old son, Logan, had been sick with a fever and vomiting. We took our poorly packed, tarp-wrapped trailer and left for our cross-country move. As our 2-car caravan attempted to make its way out of the city, we pulled over half a dozen times to check and adjust our load. I drove behind the truck pulling the load and watched in horror as the first box fell off. We pulled over a few exits ahead, but there wasn't much we could do. My 2-year-old slept soundly through all this activity, too soundly. But we were all too busy trying to navigate these challenges to notice his unusual behavior. That's when Don flagged us down. He had seen our box fall off, he saw our unsteady load, he offered to take us to his compound to get help, to get us road stable. We got to the compound and everyone filed out of our vehicles. I went to unbuckle Logan. That's when I noticed he was almost impossibly burning hot to the touch and barely conscious. I lifted his leg instinctively and it slammed back down onto my body. Something was very wrong. I set Logan down on a table and tried to assess the situation while my ex and my brother worked with Dawn to secure the load properly. I looked at him, but what stared back at me was only a vacant expression, and it felt like he was working hard to pretend to be Logan. I scooped him up, pulled out my smartphone, and Googled the nearest hospital. Everything became crystal clear in that moment. If I needed to pull up a hospital, it was time to go now. My brother drove me and Logan 25 miles over the speed limit as I circulated between nursing, trying to get Logan to look at the cows, and desperately calling nurse lines for answers. They had none. Finally, I calmed myself down by thinking, people don't just die. They are resilient. We are on our way to the hospital. We are doing the right thing. We made it in under 20 minutes, and after a few questions, they had Logan hooked up to an IV. They gave him 2 saline drips because he was severely dehydrated. 6 hours later, they released us. Logan survived, and we continued on our journey. It's been almost 2 years since I watched the life drain from my son, and I have never been the same. Panic runs through me anytime he's sick. As for the man who flagged us down, he will forever be Dawn, the angel of the desert.